So I wanted to start by asking if you received any formal education or training on the environment or nature in the classroom.
Yeah, to be honest, there wasn't a lot of focus on the environment. Certain professors would sometimes bring up certain things going on in the world and relate that to our teaching, but we didn't really have any formal lessons on nature or anything regarding that. It's all related to how they're scoring on the test and how the state sees that district and what they're going to put their priorities in. Are they going to put them in CMT prep or slash academics, core areas? Or are they going to put them in, let the teacher have a little more freedom and a lot of teachers will use nature and use outside and use different sources to engage students, and that's always a really good way to engage students. So having time to learn about things, learning about, redwood forests and like jungles and the oceans and the moon, all sorts of things that they wouldn't learn in these really structured teaching styles. It doesn't allow them to really spread out and branch out. And a lot of these inner city kids don't even leave their towns. And I'm not saying that it's their fault or the parents' fault. A lot of these parents don't have the money to say, oh, let's go away vineyard this summer. They don't have that money. A lot of these families work 2-3 jobs. So I'm not saying it's anybody's fault, but a student that is able to have a family trip somewhere and learn about nature and different cities and different, jungles and deserts, and it's all going to help them become more engaged and more interested in learning. And that's just the bottom line. If they're interested in learning, then they're going to do better and they're going to enjoy school and go on.
Do you think it's important to have the students be exposed to the environment?
I definitely do. I think that it's a really easy way to engage students. Today's youth is changing from past youth, and both inner city and suburban kids spend way too much time in media, inundated by media, than being outside with friends. It's kind of almost an epidemic at this point, the amount of time. And you can directly relate that to problems going on in school right now.
Behavioral issues?
Behavioral issues. I mean, obesity among children is at a record highs, and it's going to keep going up based on how people are living. A lot of other problems, ADD, ADHD. I think those are, if you're sitting kids in classrooms for 6 hours a day and you're not having them move around, you're not having them see the outside world or use what they're learning in the classroom to their life, relating them. I mean, it's a really big issue, and these kids, they don't necessarily connect school to life. They're separate. So nature can put that, can combine those things. I mean, the bottom line is nature isn't going to solve these problems, but it can really help, and many students can be, nature can really engage certain students.